Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aswan, and I'm currently studying from ICMAP, the Fundamentals of Work Management. Other than that, I have studied CAP from ICAP, and I'm also done like BIFA. Currently, I'm working as an FM in one of the MNCs, Aptis Consultancy. So today, I'll be giving you guys a presentation on effective communication techniques in the relationship management. Now, first, let's have an introduction about the topic. So, what's basically meant by the relationship management? Relationship management means maintaining a positive interaction with others in personal and professional settings. Now, before moving forward, let's just discuss about the difference between personal and professional settings. What is meant by personal settings? Well, it is simply an interaction between you and the people of the same authorities, like your siblings, your fellows, your colleagues. Well, while you are interacting with them, your siblings, your friends, your colleagues, you are interacting in the personal settings. But when you are interacting with your bosses, your seniors, your managers, your juniors, what you are doing, you are basically interacting in a professional setting. Like if you are doing some work or you are working in an organization and you are interacting in a hierarchical form or in a vertical form, then what you are doing, you are interacting in a professional setting. But while you are interacting horizontally, what you are doing, you are interacting in a personal settings. What it does, it basically creates trust, cooperation, and long-term connections between the parties or the people who are interacting. So, what is basically the role of communication in relationship management? Well, you cannot basically establish a relationship if you cannot communicate well. So, communication is basically the key to build a relationship and to maintain it. Okay, you are building a foundation for on which the understanding could be set up, on which the trust could be set up, and on which or through which you could collaborate with the other persons. What's the importance of effective communication? Well, clear and open communication acts as a base for strong relationship. Like if we are able to communicate to the other person what you are wanting from them, and the other person is able to get to know what you are demanding from them, then they would be able to work upon them and you'd be able to set up proper expectations. So clear and open communication acts as a base for a stronger relationship. It minimizes misunderstandings and automatically leads to lower conflicts. It supports emotional intelligence and also helps to get empathy, to empathize with the other person, to know what the other person is feeling. Now, what are some of the key communication techniques? Well, the first one is active listening. Like if you are an active listener, yeah. So if you are an active listener, it means that you are listening to other person. What it would do, it would create trust between you guys, and it would show the other person that you are respecting them by listening to them. How could you be an active listener? You should focus on the speaker and also show that you are interested in what the other person is conveying. Now, the second point. The second point is to have empathy. What is empathy? Empathy is basically the ability to understand and share feelings of others. Like if you are to understand what other person is going through, you have to be in their boots. What it does, it basically builds a stronger connection between the people who are interacting or communicating. Be clear and concise. What is meant by clear? Leave no ambiguity. Like if you are saying to the other person to get you a shirt, you should clearly mention that you want a t-shirt, you want a collar shirt, you want a casual shirt. And also it would be better if you could also tell them what color do you want. Because if they are getting the color, if they are getting the style, if they're getting the size, there would be no ambiguity and your message would be sent clearly. And be concise. Like if you are asking other person to get you a shirt, don't ask them to get you something that you could wear on the upper body, because you could wear a coat, you could wear a kameez, you could wear a shirt, you could wear a jacket on upper body and whatnot. So be concise, be clear, stay to the point, and also don't leave any ambiguities. Like don't stay to the point so much that you are going to leave some ambiguity. You are going to say that get me a shirt. It's a concise meaning. But which kind of a shirt, a button shirt, a white color shirt, a black color shirt. So also be clear and concise. Okay. Don't elaborate so much and don't be too concise. Now, what are the non-verbal communication? They are basically an other important factor of communicating effectively. What are the basic non-verbal communications? Body language, your eye contact, and your tone. What's meant by body language? Body language basically means that the way you are interacting with other person physically. Okay, like how your body is conveying your message and how your body is reacting to the message they are conveying. So your body language should align with the verbal messages. Like if you are saying that I'm gonna do that, you should look determined. You should not be lazy, like, okay, I'm gonna do that. No, you should be determined that you will be doing that. Maintain an eye contact. Okay. What would it do? It would help you to understand them better. And also work on your tone. Why? Because if you are saying, what have you done? You are looking sad that other person has done something to harm you. But if you're saying, what have you done? You are looking angry. And what's the difference between both the sentences? Only the tone, the way that I have conveyed them. So your tone conveys a lot. Your tone is the basic element that conveys the emotions. Now, how could you improve your nonverbal activities or nonverbal communication? Well, maintain an open gesture or open posture. Like your posture should convey what you are actually thinking. It should not be ambiguous. Like you should convey, if you're standing, you should look like you are standing. If you're sitting, you should look like you're sitting, not like your back is hunched, like you're looking like lying on the chair. No. If you're sitting on the chair, you should be sitting like you are sitting, not the lying. And maintain a positive eye contact or a proper eye contact. And be mindful of your facial expressions. Like if other person is telling you something that's making you happy, show that you are happy. Don't be sad. Don't look sad. Maintain a proper eye contact. If you're looking at the speaker, maintain your eye contact with the speaker. Don't look around like if you're looking on the walls, if you are looking on that light, you are looking on the fan or whatnot. Okay. Maintain a proper eye contact. Now, another important aspect of communication or effective communication is basically a feedback. There are two types of feedback, the destructive one and the constructive one. What the destructive feedback does, it basically tells the other person that what are his mistakes, but it doesn't tell how to eradicate them. On the other hand, what the constructive feedback does, it basically tells them their mistakes, it tells them how they could eradicate them, and it tells them the path on which they should walk in order to eradicate them. So constructive feedback, how you should be giving the constructive feedback? Well, use positive reinforcements alongside the suggestions. Like you can say, do your work like this. But on the same time, you could also say, if I were at your place, I would have done this work in this specific way or in this specific manner. What are the benefits? Well, it helps others to improve them while preserving the relations, which are the main or the important element of the success. Now, there are some points, there are some days when there has to be some conflicts. Two parties reach to a point that they cannot move any further, they cannot move back. So there's a conflict. You have to know how to handle them. So what you should do to resolve the conflicts or the conflict resolution techniques. First of all, handle the disagreements calmly and respectfully. You should be the one that is addressing the issues directly. Remember one thing, you are against the issue, you are not against the person. So you should use the word I. That I was expecting you to do this, but on the other hand, you have done this. So if I were at your point, I would have done this. Okay. Adapt the communication styles. Like you should be, because you are working in a position that you have to interact with other people. So you should be adapt. You should be knowing how to communicate. Adjust your approach based on who you are communicating with. Because if you are communicating with the senior, they would have already known what you are going through. But if you are communicating with your junior, you have to be mindful that they are not so much experienced as you are. Otherwise, they would have been at your place. So while you are communicating with the junior, you should be acting like you are senior. You should be giving them a helping hand. But when you are communicating with the senior, you should be asking from their help on the matters that you are facing the issues. What are the benefits? It makes others feel comfortable and respected. Okay, so that's basically all from my side, other than being patient. Yeah. Be patient in the conversations. Don't jump to the conclusions thoroughly. Give others some time for the responses, especially when they have to do some difficult discussions or they have to make some difficult choices. Give them proper time to think about that. Give them proper time to see the alternatives. Give them proper time to see what their decisions would mean in the longer run. Yeah. Okay. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, you are free to ask.